What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Chicken Bone Alley. I feel like I just told Connor a minute ago I took a week off, and I feel like I don't know where anything is. But anyway, I'm David.
I'm Connor.
What's up, man?
Been racing a good bit here. We actually got off to a pretty good start this year. We've made 4 races so far, 2 at both tracks, and we've had some decent runs. Yeah, we took a week off this week, but we've been pretty busy pretty much every week.
You took a week off and become spotter extraordinaire this week is what you did.
Yeah, I had 2 headsets up there in my hand, but no, I didn't mind it. But
how's things been going, man? You've been schooling it up, and
yeah, I'm about finished with school. With the spring semester, I guess you'd say, but almost all my classes I'm finished up with. Just got a couple more little exams and so I want to finish up, then I'll be done.
Oh yeah, good deal. Yep, it's I can tell it's about summertime. It's getting hot outside.
Yeah.
I looked at the weather for this week. It's going to be almost 90 every day. I'm like, I'm not ready. What's up, everybody? Matt, what's up, man? Kale, what's up? But glad to have you back, sir.
Yeah,
glad to be back over here.
It's been a little while.
It's been a minute. It's been different without you. I'll say that. It's been different. It's been trying to find people to do it, and it's been fun. I mean, in all honesty, getting some people in here and all that good stuff. And Racin Jason's helped me out a good bit there, and Kale's helped me out. Bring on the 90s. Yeah, you can keep them 90s.
Yeah, I don't believe I don't want them either.
We get tired of it down here, Kale. And you from Texas and want it. Oh, I don't know what's up with him. He moved to Ohio and he misses it now.
He'd probably take Carl Winters, but I don't know. It seems like it's May to September.
Yeah, it is. And obviously this year's like April to September. It was pretty warm Saturday.
Yeah, I feel like pretty much April though hasn't been that bad. I felt like there's been a couple hot days in there, but
every one of them was a Saturday we were at the track.
That's what I was going about. That's what I was fixing to say. It'd be 70 all week and then 85 on Saturday.
Yeah.
But
Bert, what's going on? Bert had quite the experience at the racetrack this past week. He had a transmission failure there on Friday, and
seems like there was a lot of failures. And
we got to talk about that. But fortunately, somebody was able to get him squared away with a transmission. Got it put in there on Saturday morning, and was still able to race. So that's good. That's awesome. And that's just people at the track for you. He didn't have a transmission. Well, he had one, but he lived down towards the Charleston area, and so somebody here local got him a transmission, I believe is what happened, and that's how us racers is around here. That's how it goes. My whole car right now is borrowed parts. I got Connor's MSD in there. I got one of our good buddies, Chad Webster's motors in it, transmission. Yeah, my car is made of borrowed parts right now, I believe.
That would go sometimes.
Anybody got a rear end I can borrow now?
That's what you need now, isn't it?
Oh, we got a good show on tap night. We still got a bunch more to talk about from the race. We'll go through Dillon that we were at this past weekend, and obviously before that, we got to talk about some of Connor's races that he's had going on and all that fun jazz. All the NASCAR action from this week. But let's go ahead before we go too far, and let's go ahead and get a word out of the way from a sponsor real quick.
Are you ready to unleash the true potential of your ride? Tired of feeling held back? It's time to experience the Pro Fabrication difference. At Pro Fabrication, we don't just build headers and exhaust. We engineer performance. Crafted with precision from high-grade materials, our systems are designed for one thing: maximum power. Feel the instant increase in horsepower and torque. Hear the deep, aggressive rumble that turns heads. Our expertly designed headers optimize exhaust flow, while our performance exhaust systems deliver that signature sound that you crave. But it's not just about power and sound. Pro Fabrication means durability you can trust. Built to withstand the toughest conditions, our headers and exhaust are an investment in long-lasting performance. Whether you're hitting the track, conquering the trails, or just cruising the streets, Pro Fabrication gives you the edge. Experience smoother acceleration, improved field efficiency, and that unmistakable feeling of pure driving exhilaration. Don't settle for less. Upgrade to Pro Fabrication Headers and Exhaust today. Pro Fabrication Headers and Exhaust. Quality that wins. Tired of leaving performance on the table? Ready to dominate the track? For decades, Earl Ramey Racing Engines has been the secret weapon of champions. We don't just build engines. We craft precision, engineered powerhouses designed for one thing: victory. From meticulous machining to expert assembly, every Earl Ramey engine is built with uncompromising quality and a passion for speed. We understand the demands of racing, and we deliver the reliability and raw power you need to cross the finish line first. Whether you're tearing up the asphalt or conquering the dirt, Earl Ramey Racing Engines provides the competitive edge you've been searching for. Don't just race, conquer. Contact Earl Ramey Racing Engines today and let us build your winning machine.
All right, everybody. Cool. So, yeah, y'all go head over and check out all our good sponsors there. If you need any of their services, everybody always needs their services. So, there you can't go wrong with some ProFab headers. Kale said he's got ProFab headers on his on his Legend car. You do. All the FZs and the MT-09s all have them, so that's pretty cool. And also Earl Ramey Racing Engines there. So anyway, let's see what Bert said here. He said, "Relax and get ready for the next race." Reed Lottler Jr. helped him out there on the transmission, so that's pretty cool. Me and little Ricky were talking to him yesterday at church for a while about some things, and he's once you get him talking, get it going. He's a good guy. So anyway, guys, but yeah, that's how this whole racing family is around here. It's funny, the people that you see out there fighting on the track, and they're in there loaning each other parts all the time and working on each other's cars and everything else. I guess the racing wouldn't be as fun without the competition. So
yeah,
got to get everybody going.
That's right.
So anyway, so I think we got a interview coming up here. We got a winner. Let's see. Yeah, I do have a new position at church, Kale. I was going to tell everybody about that. I actually took over the. I feel like, that's what I was telling Connor. I said, I feel like I've been busy as I don't know what, and hadn't really done a whole lot. I took over as the and leading all the music over at. I was at Lebanon. What's the name of the church here in Florence? And we recently changed the name to Cypress Grove.
That's what I was going to ask you the other day. I couldn't find it.
Yeah, and they ended up starting a plant church in Hartsville, South Carolina, and they've been going a year as of a few weeks ago, and they needed someone to lead music, and after quite a while of praying about it and working everything out, I have taken over the music over there, and fortunately that little church has grown. It's been a pretty cool little deal over there, so that is what I'm doing now. So but anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to the phone here. We have got the winner from the Big Cars Tour race at Orange County, Mr. Jared Fryar. What's up, man?
No, not much. Just playing a little golf, celebrating.
Playing a little golf, man. It's a tough day, ain't it?
Yeah.
Well, dude, I'm gonna tell you what. I just want to know, is this track, Orange County up there, are you coming to like that track or something? I mean, my Lord, man, it's like every time you go there, you just park it in Victory Lane.
Yeah, I guess really ever since last year, it really suited me well. Kind of got a good feel for the racetrack and what I needed to look for in my car during practice, and definitely showed up the last 2 times I've been there. I know Kendall Sellers put on Facebook, they're pretty good for the part-time team. So yeah.
Man, and that's what I kind of wanted to ask. I mean, I know you're not racing as much as you used to, obviously, but man, does that feel like which way does it go for you? You know, some people will say it kind of puts a lot of pressure on you because you're not doing it as much, or it's like, man, we're doing this to have fun. There's no pressure. Let's just have fun doing it. Which way does it go for you?
It's definitely been really good for me. Not having as much pressure, you know, now that I've kind of a veteran in the series, I'd say, and been to a lot of these racetracks, it's really benefited me. And I couldn't do it without Kendall, because before it was just me and my dad. So, you know, that's really the only information we had. And with Kendall racing himself with RNS cars and seeing trends has really kept me up to speed. I mean, it really saved me last year a ton, because I missed half the season, and he was racing, so he saw trends as the tires were changing. And that's what's really done it for me. But I enjoy it. You know, being part-time is good. Luckily, I got a good team behind me to allow me to do that. You know, going to these racetracks that I like and that I run good at helps. And it just kind of takes the grind away. You know, when I ran full-time in 20 and 21, it was a grind, and I didn't feel like we were as focused going to the racetrack as we are now. You know, we kind of got time to reset, get things right, dial our car in at the shop, and do what we need to be fully prepared to go to these races. And I think it shows. Like I said, I couldn't do it without the team behind me. You know, that's what really allows me to do it and stay on top of my game and on top of a race car. So it's been fun. You know, like I said, that grind is tough, and it is fun. I enjoyed that. But it's just really tough nowadays. You know, I mean, just like this past weekend, they run back-to-back weeks. It's really tough for the guys in the shop. And with me living in Florida, not being at the shop as much and having to travel, it's harder on me too. So
that's right.
It'd be tough if I did it full-time now. So I really enjoy it, how we've been racing the last couple of years.
Cool, man. Well, I want to ask, you know, you talk about that grind and how it is now, and I think it's been talked about. Even Dale Jr.'s talked about it a little bit. Do you feel like with the Cars Tour, do you feel like there's almost too much practice and testing going on right now? I know it's been kind of a hot topic. I figure I'd get your opinion on it while you were on here.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, there's way too much practice. I mean, even the last Cars Tour race at Cordele was crazy, and then we were in the South Carolina 400 last year and was there for 3 days to race once. You know, I don't know, just obviously as I get older and I get more experience, I don't need all that, you know, so I feel like while I'm singing this tune, but yeah, I definitely, and it can bite you too, you know, like I've been to racetracks I've been before, and we get there and we're way out in left field, and the practice saves me because we can get it back to where we need to be and run good. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not crazy about all the practice. I know we do it, but I wouldn't be mad if they cut practice out and showed up and race, you know, like I've always been a big dirt fan, and I really like what they do by going to different racetracks each week. You know, it's like they go run 60, 80 races a year, but only running 30 weekends roughly, you know, because they run 2-3 times a week, where I feel like we could do the same. But we don't, you know. Yeah. I felt like this weekend would have been a great weekend, I feel like, to go run Ace on Friday and then go to Orange County on Saturday.
For sure. You were 100% right. And talking about like the dirt stuff, you can go to a dirt track, and a lot of times they don't even open the gates until, you know, about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. 5 o'clock they're on the track. By 7 o'clock they're racing.
Yeah.
It's like, man, let's get this show on the road. All right. But anyway, so let's talk about your race, man. Obviously, you know, had some practice and stuff. So did it just unload good, or tell us kind of a little bit about how your weekend started?
Yeah, that was the biggest thing that helped us, I felt like, is we unloaded really good, had good speed, car drove good. And luckily, I feel like our tires were really good too. I mean, every set of tires we put on, our practice tires that we brought from New River, and then the tires that we bought there, and race tires, everything stayed consistent and drove the same, felt the same. So that was huge. You know, we had a really good qualifying effort, I felt like, which, you know, kind of led us into having a good race too, because it's so much easier to race in the top 5 than it is in the bottom 5 or the middle 5, you know. You can kind of get up there and set your own pace and run how you want. And once we got fired off and tires got hot, I noticed we had a pretty good car. Like, I was kind of riding there, just seeing how things going to shake out, and I could see some people start moving around, cars getting loose and stuff. And I felt like at that point, you know, I wasn't really forcing my car to go fast, and it was hanging with them or better than them. So it's always a good feeling when it's like that.
I bet so, man. I bet so. So, what was it right around lap 60? You took the lead and set sail from there. Were you just biding your time before that? Because that's what I looked at while watching it. It just looked like you were kind of just biding time. Then all of a sudden, it's like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, once I got to second, I felt comfortable, and then we had that restart there, and I put some pressure on Lane, but I couldn't make it happen without really forcing it or running into him. And I was content with just sitting in second at the time. I felt like it was still early in the race to be putting too much pressure and effort into trying to get the lead for nothing. And then I kind of backed off and settled in second. And then I realized I was like way better than him. So then he kind of slipped up one time and showed my nose. And then I was able to pull up beside him and race him hard and clean. And then able to squeeze by him and kind of set sail from there.
Good deal, man. Good deal. That's pretty awesome and pretty cool to watch. And that track, obviously, like I said, you've come to like it. But that's a racy little track, man, and stuff can happen fast on it.
Oh yeah, it's a fast track, and I mean that's one of the biggest reasons why I love that racetrack. We move around. I mean, shoot, I ran the bottom early in the race, was able to pass on the bottom, but my car was better on the top of both ends, or at least the second to third groove in 1 and 2 and third groove in 3 and 4, so that was really cool. You don't have to run through the guy. You can,
right.
If your car's good enough, you can move around the racetrack, find grip, and get by him without having to run into him or do something dumb. So that's one reason I've always liked Orange County, man. It's wide, it's fast, got a lot of grip. And you can race, where some of these tracks we go to, it's just bottom feeding, and you got to rough the guy up to get by him. So I'm not a big fan of that racing. That's kind of another reason why I pick and choose what racetracks I go to. Some of the racetracks just don't race good, just not my style. And, that place fits me well and puts on a good show.
Well, since you just said it, is the racing, you said it's not your style really to, go in there and just rough somebody up. And every bit I've watched you, it's never been your style. Do you feel like the late model stocks nowadays are starting to get a little, I ain't going to say just too rough, but guys being really, really aggressive out there, or is it just something you've got to do now?
No, I feel like it's the class of drivers that's kind of come through. I mean, as you see, the guys in 20, there ain't many of them still around. We had a new class come in last year or two, and I feel like it's kind of the class of drivers, like I said, that's kind of come through lately, just being more aggressive and not showing respect, I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah, I've kind of thought that too, and me and Connor have talked about it before. It seems like it's started down all the way at the legend car level now, and it's like them boys come up and they just want to run over everybody. I don't know what their deal is. So, but man, we chalked one up for the good guys out there this past weekend with you, man. That's really cool. Who all you need to thank on that car, buddy?
Man, I got to thank Jimmy Warren for the most part, give me an opportunity to race for him for the last 5 years. AK Performance, Kendall, Mumford Bob, everybody at the shop that does such a good job to allow me to have good equipment and keep it good like it is. And GSX Wraps, John West Race Engines, RNS Race Cars, everybody behind me, my spotters, Tony and Blaze, man, they all do a great job when they're there and put me in a good position. So I just couldn't do it with all them people, man. I got a good group behind me, and that's what it takes.
Good deal, man. Well, what's up next for you?
Well, it looks like we'll go to Langley and take a couple weeks off here and go to Langley.
Good deal. Sounds good, man. All right, what hole are you on?
Heck, I don't even know where we're at.
So it's one of those days playing golf, eh?
Yeah.
Hey, man, bad day on the golf course better than any day at work, so it's all right.
That's right. Which work was earlier today.
No, hey, it's still good to leave and do something like that,
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, congratulations again, and it's great talking with you. You kind of just been a regular guest here for us. Like you've been, part-time there and part-time on here.
Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you, buddy. Have a good one.
You too.
All right, everybody. Mr. Jared Fryar coming off a big win there at at Orange County in the Cars Tour. It was pretty cool to see him take that win. Like you said, on that part-time schedule that they're kind of on, picking and choosing what races they want to go to and all that fun stuff. And that's got to be, that's like I was telling him, I was like, man, I don't know how I would feel. How would you feel, going out there on schedule? Like, would you put more pressure on yourself, or would you just be having fun out there?
I don't know. I could see it going either way, but I understand what he's saying. Running for the points in the car store, that's that's tough stuff. So if you're in a position,
and he's a car store champion, so.
Yeah. If you're in a position where you can do that, I think that would be really awesome and fun. Like you said, pick and choose what tracks you want to go to. And, just I don't know. Sometimes a couple weeks off isn't a bad thing. So that I think that's a really cool deal he's got going on for sure.
For sure. Well, let's go ahead and get a couple more of these ads out the way, and we can talk about a whole lot more coming up here.
Chicken Bone Alley is brought to you by SRI Performance. They are your one-stop shop for all things racing. Do you need performance parts? Look no further. They offer a wide range of high-performance parts for various types of racing, including stock car racing, dirt racing, and more. SRI Performance also has the most knowledgeable employees in the industry. If you're looking for that hard-to-find part, they've got it. And if you're wondering how to make it work on your car, they know it. Check them out online at www.sriperformance.com. And when you do, don't forget to use the promo code CBONE10. That's C as in chicken, BONE10, and get 10% off at checkout. Stock Car Steel and Aluminum is a full-line steel service center stocking thousands of sizes, shapes, grades, and types of metals and plastic. If you need it, they have it. And if not, they work fast to find what you need and get it to you. Stock Car Steel and Aluminum also has the ability to cut orders to your specifications as requested. Their dedicated team not only brings many years of experience to the table, but they are always ready and willing to lend a hand with anything you may need. Stock Car Steel and Aluminum. Your material needs are covered here.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen. Well, Douglas, what's up, buddy? So I reckon let's get into some Dillon Motor Speedway before Racin Jason comes on here about 7:15, and we'll talk about some dirt with him. So I guess let's get into some. Well, let's go back actually for that. Let's go back to some of your racing. You're just talking about some of yours, and you ain't been on here to talk about it. So
yeah,
I mean, I know you don't. Not necessarily specifics from all of it, but as far as your first year here, tell us a little bit about.
Yeah, we made two runs at both tracks, 2/3 and a second. I'll talk about the most recent race at Florence, because that was the best one, and that's the one I want to talk about the most. But no, each week we've been getting a little better.
Yeah,
we've been. And last week we were really good actually, and I think we gonna switch to a different motor here soon. One that the rules I think make that one a little more advantageous, but we've been getting better each week, really. I mean, we struggled pretty bad at Florence the last couple of years, but we finally hit on some stuff. Last week, I was glad that race ended when it did, because I was so focused. And usually, I check my water temperature gauge periodically, but I was so focused. I was running second, trying to run down the leader. With 2 to go, all of a sudden the water starts shooting out my car. Ooh. And I was like, uh-oh.
But no use in giving up now.
No. But we lost water for the last 2 laps, but thankfully it held on. But so yeah, we got some trouble running hot stuff, but we were.
Know why?
No, that's kind of.
Yeah, that's one of them.
We're going to change radiator caps and stuff and see.
I got you.
Maybe the water level wasn't exactly where we thought it was or something, but I don't know. We got some stuff in the works there, but we've had a pretty good start. We haven't done anything great, but we haven't had any bad runs either. Right. So I think we got some good stuff to build off for the rest of the year.
That's what I was going to say. Consistency is key there a lot of times. Just when you plugging away, having good runs, eventually it's like, okay, this is the direction we need to go. So
we're definitely in the ballpark. We're just we can fine tune it now.
Last couple times, especially, I mean, you said it was a really good run, but the last couple times you've been over at Dillon too. I mean, the cars look really good. Yeah. It's just like it just needs that much more.
Yep.
And it's coming around. So You playing around Florence this week?
Yeah, because Florence has the double points day, and even though we missed a race or two, we're not. They're doing the thing, if you can be in the top 5, you advance to the final round or whatever, and I think we're right on it anyway. So, and I think we run a couple more times, we should easily make it if we can, keep doing what we were doing. So we're going to try and run Florence here, I think, for a little while and make Dillon whenever we can.
What motor combination was that you were running? That was late model stock?
Yeah, late model stock. I think the rules give the crate motors a little bit better over there, and just a little bit easier on tires. Scuff tires, especially, maybe not be as bad now. We were racing in the right during the day. The track was hot. It's kind of, you can light up the tires pretty easy coming off the corner. So I think we'll try that. I mean, but we've been getting better, and hopefully we can have a pretty good year at Florence. I mean, we went on both tracks.
Oh yeah.
But we'll see how it goes.
That's my plan too.
Hey, you finished the race this week.
I started and finished the race this week.
Massive improvement from where we have been.
Dude, I'm going to tell you what, and I know I've talked about it on here, but you've been there every time. It has been one of those starts 2 years, just been,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like if it could go wrong, it's gone wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, fortunately, nothing has been catastrophic.
Broke, yeah.
Knock on wood. But it's just, and we stopped before it was every time. It was just like, all right, well, we're not racing today. We practiced as far as we got. So I don't know. It's so it was nice this past weekend and what's bad, and we talk about it on here. We took the car. Car has not been in my shop in, I don't know, at least a month. It's been over at Chad, right there, Chad Webster Racing and Fabrication. It's been at his shop. And he's been super gracious to help me out with, motor, transmission. We've changed literally everything in the car except the rear end. Literally everything. And Chad's super good on it too. I'm gonna tell you, I've told him, I'm like, dude, you could have went to work in the racing industry.
Oh yeah,
with anybody. He's took the grinder to mine and Connor's car many times. Oh, yeah. And cut off many things and refabricated them back on there and redone, just everything you can do on them. So, but we've been super fortunate to team up with him, and because I'm gonna be honest, we my dad used to mess with big car stuff way back in the day, back with your granddaddy, and but he didn't for a long time. Then we got into the legend cars. Well, these are completely different than legend cars, and we knew that going in. And I talked to Chad before we ever got it, and I'm like, hey, if we get it, you go help us. He's like, yeah, I am. So. And so that's where we've been the whole time with it. And but anyway, this past week we took it over there Friday, and man, we've just been. We knew something happened in a race, and we thought it was motor issue to some extent. I thought one night that tire just gave up on us. Pete was your spotter. Was actually spotting for me one night. You weren't racing, and it just acted like he even come over the radio and he's like, I think we might have a tire going down or something, because the car was just sideways everywhere. And ever since that night, we have fought the handling of the car and just can't make lap time and stuff like that. And so we've gone from one end to the other, and we think we've nailed down that we've got an issue in the rear end now. But we found that out Friday. And I was like, man, I asked Chad, I was like, what you think we should do? I was like, we ain't got time to, fix it like it needs to be fixed. He's like, it's not going to get any worse, So I was like, let's just race. I was like, if it'll run that, if we run in the back, we run in the back, but let's race. We already had tires, already had fuel bought from the week before and everything else. So we decided to race, and we got out there and adjusted on it. My dad worked on it. Chad, was telling us some things to do, and Dad worked on it and adjusted. We adjusted all day long, and and got the car drivable. Wasn't horrible. Wasn't the greatest on the track, but it wasn't horrible. I actually managed to qualify third. Had a good start.
Yeah, first couple laps.
I think say what it looked like to you from the spotter stand.
Yeah, you ran.
Connor spotted for me. So.
Yeah, we got out of the gate really good, and I was it looked like we were going to be pretty good there for a couple laps.
Yeah,
it's kind of like it slowly faded away from you.
Well, and that's what I told him. I said I think we were just fighting the inevitable that.
Right.
We think we got something going on with the locker, the ratchet, in the rear end, and we were just spinning the tires off the corner. I mean, just terrible the whole race. Yeah. And so, like, the longer we went, the more they heated up and just got greasy, and I couldn't get no forward drive like I needed to off the corner. If I got in the gas hard, it just
spinning.
Yeah. So we run second there for a few laps and fell back to third and then I guess just a little after halfway got past and fell into fourth, and that's where we finished. So, and I was like, you know what, whatever, I'll take it tonight.
You ran all the laps.
I ran all the laps.
Actually got to take the green flag.
Yeah, I will take it at this point. So, it was. We fought it. I'm just hoping what we think it is, we're nailed down, and that's going to get fixed hopefully this week. And I'll be back next race at Dillon, I guess. I got to. Kayla's actually going out. Kayla and my mom are going out of town on to a women's conference down at the beach with church, and so I got Jackson with me all weekend, and so it'd just be tough to.
Oh yeah.
Tough to get everything.
Get everything ready to go.
But I may be out there Saturday evening.
Well, I said before, I'd rather go knowing I'm prepared instead of going, just to be there.
Yeah.
Feeling rushed or like you.
Especially we haven't raced that car at Florence in a year.
Yeah.
And I'm just
like a practice or something.
Yeah. Before I get over there, but I hope to. I hope everything's straight after the next race, and like, okay, let's work on getting it over there now. So hopefully the second half of the season we'll be able. Which I say that we're really not that far into it yet.
It's not May yet.
No, that's what I'm saying. We're not that far into it. It feels like we've been racing nonstop. I guess just because we've worked on that car nonstop, and I don't know. It's it could have been a whole lot worse. Could have been maybe a little better. I don't know. We'll take it and go from there.
Considering how rough it was over there, good thing you.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you, I don't know what all happened. Our buddy Shay Lane, he was one of the first of the day out there in practice. Took it out there in practice, and all of a sudden, I was watching him a little bit, and by the time he comes around, and just a trail of smoke behind him, and you can see the oil pouring out the car. Like, man. So I walked down there and look at it and see what he had going on. I mean, that thing tried to take the number one cylinder off of it. I mean, it all the way through the water jacket and everything.
Wow. I
was like, wow, you blew that one good. And then he said it was a almost new motor, too, 604. I was like, man,
I thought it was our old one.
Was it?
That's what they said.
Oh, yeah. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. I thought, either way.
I'll tell you about it.
Either way. Sure. It tried to take out the cylinder on that thing, the way it looked. So he was first one. Then they had the vintage race first, and they had some dirt cars out there. And, dude, that was second place and dirt car out there. That thing went up.
That was a big pile of smoke there.
Yeah.
Cloud of smoke.
I mean, there was like cars. They just went in turn 3 and stopped because they couldn't see where to go. And it left a big old trail of oil, too. And the track was a little slick there for a while. I mean, they put a little bit of oil dry down stuff, but it just didn't get up all the oil. And the track was a little greasy there for a little while. Then the truck race come around, and they blew 2 up during the truck race.
Well, the one truck, I think that was rear end. Yeah.
Oh, it was rear end.
I thought it was
okay.
2.
Okay.
But yeah,
okay. Somebody just told me that. I thought it was.
Well, that's what it looked like, but I think it was something the rear end broke.
Oh.
There's a little bit of smoke come out, but I don't think it did.
I got you.
But
I got you.
still, there was plenty of stuff breaking, and
Yeah, I don't know what the deal
there
was
was
this
oil and
weekend.
stuff. Yeah,
It was a rough weekend out there for parts.
that and actual rough racing.
That's what I was fixing to say. Legend car race.
Had a Daytona wreck.
Yes, it did. They were at Talladega this week and did not have the big one. That's because the big one already happened at Dillon. Leaders come out of 4. Our buddy Rafe Judd and Thomas Martucci were racing for the lead there and got together and wrecked right in front of the whole field, blocked the track, and there was literally probably 10 cars piled into it.
I was gonna say I was spotting for Mr. Dennis, and he was running 8th or 9th, and I think he was the first one to come through.
Yeah,
You know,
and I think there was some behind him that got caught on in it even. So
it was rough, man. It was one of those things where the wreck starts out at the bottom, they both slide to the top, and everybody had already tried to go around the top, and
yep. And plus, they were gassing up, coming out the corner, already headed to the top,
right.
and that's where they were. I mean, man, it was woo. And there were some hurt feelings during that one.
yeah, some hurt race cars.
Hurt race cars, all that fun stuff.
Street stocks was rough.
Street stocks. It took them 3 attempts to make one lap.
I think, yeah. I mean,
There was not a car in the field
No.
of street stocks that was not involved in a wreck.
right. I think the one that won it was about the only one that, came away clean.
He had took.
He
He
got
hit
in
the
the door.
65
Yeah.
originally on the first lap.
Yeah, at least his wasn't, he might have been the only one that didn't need a clip on it. I'll say that.
Yes, yes. But who was that in the numbers at the one that wrecked so hard?
The 31?
31.
Yeah.
That's
Oh man, you just took it out of my mind.
Naylor.
Jimmy Naylor.
Jimmy
yeah.
Naylor.
Yeah, that's right.
He backed it into the wall so hard.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could hear it
Yeah.
and they were on the other end of the track when it happened. And you could look at the car, it's like, yep, it's going to have a rear clip.
Oh,
and he drove it back to second place.
And
And
possibly-
could have won.
yeah.
He could have won.
Possibly a front clip too.
And possibly.
But yeah, he. I mean, really, I think he kind of got to him. I think his car was so messed up that he couldn't do much at that point. But he ran the guy down. But I kind of wish he would have won because that would
Dude,
have been a real cool picture to have.
I literally, I think I told
Yeah, you told me, yeah.
In the middle, I was like, I will go walk down there, take a picture up, and be like, this is the car that won. Damage happened on lap 1.
Yeah.
That would have been awesome. So anyway, let's move on over here. It is time for the dirt with Racin Jason. What's up, man?
What's going on, man?
It is a bright and sunny Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Have you rested up yet?
Nice. I'm sorry?
I said, have you rested up yet?
Let me tell you, I hate going to work. When you're coming home from a race on Sunday or after a race on Sunday, go to work that Monday. I mean, I'm talking about Monday morning blues. My head was in Alabama all doggone day, bro.
Did y'all drive there?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good little ride, ain't it?
5.5 from my house.
That's not as bad as I thought. It's not as,
Yeah,
I mean, that's a
Sniper
ride. That's a
was
ride, but it's not as bad as I thought.
Yeah, but Sniper lives all the way in doggone Roanoke Rapids.
Ooh, yeah, he had a...
Yeah, and then his girlfriend lives in Richmond.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so he texted me at 10 minutes to 1 this morning, just got home.
Man. And what time he dropped you? What time do you, what time come through there with you?
Got home about 5-ish, I guess.
Man. Whew,
Yeah.
that's some riding there.
Yeah.
Bro.
Can't say I haven't ever done it before, but that's some riding.
God, wait till July and February.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a ride.
You ready for that one?
Okay.
You'd leave right now if they
We're in
let
the
you.
80s. We got 80 something sleeps left till February.
Oh man, we were
We're
just
in the
talking.
80s, baby.
We were just talking on here. I figured I'd let you know. There you go. I figured I'd just let you know. I actually was able to start and finish a race this week.
So how'd you do?
We ran
First,
fourth.
what was wrong with the car?
Well, what is wrong with the car or what was wrong with the car?
What was wrong with the car?
I don't
You
know.
said it wouldn't get nothing, no power, no gas. I mean, it wouldn't get nothing. By the way, what's up, Carl? How you doing, bud?
What's going
Good
on,
seeing
man?
you again, bud. How's school going?
Pretty good. Almost done.
Good.
I'll put it this way. We still don't know exactly what was wrong. We changed another motor. We just put another motor in it.
Is that 3?
Yeah, that's 3. 3 in 3 weeks. But let me tell you, this one that went in there, it was 603. And I'm going to tell you, that thing has some power. I might not could outrun him through the corners this week, but I had him on the straightaway.
Oh, good. Okay.
But,
and what was this Dylan or Florence?
Dylan, back at Dylan.
Dylan, okay.
Back at Dylan. And we qualified third, ran second there for a little while, and ended up coming home fourth.
How many?
I don't remember. What was it? 7, 8?
Yeah,
something like that.
Okay,
Nothing
all
great.
right.
Nothing great. But
okay.
I'm just happy I started and finished a race finally. But we got some rear end issues. I think we got some rear end issues with slowing us down. So
Gear or
ratchet or locker somewhere in there.
okay.
I was just spinning tires real bad.
Well, you know the best rear end guy is, don't you?
Who's that?
David Jones out of Sumter.
He is pretty good.
Oh, you know David?
I know who he is. I don't know him, but I know who he is. I know. I've seen.
I bet you ain't seen David in about 15 years.
Really?
Yeah.
We're gonna take it apart and put some ratchet springs in, I think, and see if we see anything and go from there. I got passed by one of the local legends, Archie Adams Sr. there for third.
He didn't nail you, did he?
He did not hit me this time. But Chad, when I come in, Chad said, "Boy, your quarter pedal ought to be folded under." I said, "Why?" He said he was up under it for the first half of the race. So,
oh wow.
nah, it was good. It was good racing. It was good, clean racing. Our class, fortunately, was clean.
Right.
Ours and late model, I think, were clean. Other than that, no. But those were clean. So, but anyway, man, tell us about Dega.
Yeah.
Obviously, the dirt side, little Dega.
Of course,
little Dega.
Not the big Dega. The short track Dega, the Hornet's Nest Dega.
There you go.
David, man, I just, first off, let me just say this. I want to thank every team, every crew guy, every team owner that I have met, talked to through the years. The friendships that I have built up, David, I can't put in words. I really can't. It's very humbling to me. Very humbling. Well, we got rained out Friday night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hold up.
That can be fun sometimes, though. Uh-oh. We're getting show and tell. Uh-oh.
Hold up, Dave.
There he is. We're getting show.
Hold up, Dave.
We're getting show and tell in here. Oh, God. What we got? Oh, Real American. Yep, I saw that as a new sponsor for World Outlaws.
Don't ask me how it is because this probably never get open. I learned something. When they're expecting a rain out, they'll walk around and they'll hand other drivers and crews beer. So everybody's making beer appointments.
There you go. There you go.
So we got rained out Friday night. Got there early, of course, on Saturday. Sitting around, going talking to people, man. It's out of this world. It's priceless. I can't put a price tag on it. It's just meaningful to me.
No.
Yeah.
I hear you there. I know what you mean, man. It's pretty cool when you're a fan of the sport and you go, regardless of whatever you've done and all that. But when you're a fan of the sport and you go there and somebody knows you, not that it's about you at that point. It's just like, man, these people actually, they care. They're relatable. All that stuff. And I will give it to the dirt side, man, for sure. And I've told you this before. It is a great group of people that are at the track there. They are all they're all the bigger dysfunctional family, you know, than the asphalt group.
Well, we're functional dysfunctional. How about that?
Exactly. Exactly. So tell us about it, man.
The racing was good, man. For the first 70 laps, 30 after 30 laps, it rubbered up.
Oh,
It rubbered up. It was dusty. Woo, dang. Sat on the pit side.
Yeah.
Dang, it was dusty, bro. When I tell you it was dusty, my cooler was mixed with rubber and dirt. It was black. And ain't no black dirt in Talladega, baby. So that shows you how bad it was. It was off. It was pretty bad. But racing was great, man. People are great, man. Just had a great time. The place is a gym. When it's wet, if that race would have been 60 laps, maybe like Cherokee, you know, lower to blue grade
Right.
60, it'd have been fantastic. It would have been fantastic. Because Zach was right behind. Well, when after rubbered up, Zach was right behind Pierce, was waiting for him to get lap traffic and make a move. But lap traffic was really never about him because the caution flags happened to fall right before they were getting the lap traffic. Man, one time, who had that flat tire? Man, it was getting good and the track was still, you know, kind of greasy and everything. Oh man! And that caution came out, it killed it. Oh, it killed the momentum. But it was just a great time, man. It was fantastic, bro. Fantastic. And I guess we were talking. I guess we're gonna make this a yearly thing.
Sweet. Good deal.
Yeah.
Good deal. I had our good friend Derek McGrew Sr. text me today, and he was like, "Tell Jason, see, still just RTJ and Pierce up front."
Same old thing, ain't it, bro?
Same old song and dance.
I would say that, hey, if RTJ didn't hit that rut with 2 to go at Georgetown, he would probably won that race.
Oh yeah,
he would have swept all 3.
I think though, and I will say this, and I'm gonna back up on something I said right now.
Okay.
I think Pierce has got the upper hand on RTJ right now.
I need to look at their.
I know it's 2
podiums and wins. Why you say that?
I don't know.
Why you say that?
It's just a feeling. Just seeing the dominance right now, and not that either one is, you know, ever bad. I mean, by no means. I don't know.
Both on a different planet.
Exactly. It's just, I think it's I'd love to see them still racing each other every week, man. That would be the perfect world.
That would be that. Can you imagine them being on the same tour, man? Oh my God! As a race fan, I mean, I'm not greedy at any means, but God, I'm greedy when it comes to that now. Yeah. Oh, that'd have been great. But we'll see them. We'll probably see them at like the National 100 when, you know, Lucas Oil's off and World of Outlaws be off for a good. Like, hey, North South, isn't World of Outlaws off that weekend? The North South.
I think I did hear that.
Yeah, Pierce is won there. So yeah. So we'll see him. We'll see him go head to head a few times this year. Eldora. Yeah.
You been checking out any dirt racing?
I haven't recently,
Connor.
No, but I need to start back. I think the last one I saw was the and it's been a while now, but what was it? Las Vegas dirt track?
Yeah,
I ran that.
Yeah.
I keep up with it, but I don't get to watch it a whole lot.
I'm the same way. I've been at track so much on the weekends here like this. Like I get on Facebook or Instagram and scroll through, and I'm watching highlights.
Yeah. Whoa! No! You need to get on Twitter. Look at my stuff. Come on,
I look at your stuff too. At your stuff. I'm just saying. I just.
Okay, you're excused.
I look at your stuff. I comment on your stuff. You know.
Okay. When you do, I haven't seen you lately.
When it's something I feel like I'm like, yeah, I need to comment on that. I send it a heart. You ever thought about that though? And I heard somebody else talk about this one day. I wish they had different little symbols on Twitter. You know, you got the heart. That's all you got.
Yeah.
Well, if it's saying on there, you know, bad news to pass along, such and such has got cancer or something.
No, I don't
want to heart that.
Like that.
I don't want to like it.
Not even when there's a rain out. Don't like that post.
Yeah,
Why are you liking that?
We need other little things. We need thumbs down or something. You know, like
I like that.
We need a little sad face like Facebook has got. Something like that.
Hey, Elon.
Yeah, exactly.
Elon.
Well, they removed the thumbs down. What, YouTube used to have it?
Yes.
Yeah.
YouTube used to have it.
There used to be like the top 10 most disliked videos or something, but I think they removed that.
Yeah. People got butt hurt over it.
Yeah.
So what else went on, man? What else was going on with you?
Well, I was give a shout out to Zach Mitchell. Came in second,
for sure,
man.
For sure.
Yeah. Had a good car. Damn good car.
And they've had some switching ups over in that area, haven't they?
Oh, well, drivers and chassis.
Yeah.
Daniel Adams, he's gonna go back to modifieds. He's gonna get more. I guess he'll get more car control, smaller tire when the modifieds in the Midwest, black dirt and all that stuff. So they got who fulfilled that seat again? Oh, Mike McKinney is going to fill that seat in. And of course, they dropped out the World of Outlaws, but I was told they were going to do that anyway. So they're going Mars and Hell Tour Racing.
I got you.
Yeah. And shout out to Jaden Frame in a second Riggs car. He was fast all night.
Really?
Unloaded fast in hot laps, fast in qualifying, fast in the doggone main event.
It's funny how that happens sometimes. The drivers come around and it's just like this is their track. They're just good at it. We were just talking to Jared Fryar, who won the car store race up at Orange County. And that dude is like unstoppable when he goes to Orange County. It's like he wins every time he goes there. And it's crazy how that can happen sometimes. These guys just got the ticket, I mean, for certain tracks, you know.
Yeah. Hey, how about Jimmy Owens got a podium?
Yeah. That's awesome.
I got a trivia question for you.
Uh-oh.
What car runner this weekend on the same night, what car runner was a podium in World of Outlaws? It was a Victory Lane in Lucas Oil.
Would that have had to been Bobby Kohler, right?
There you go. Very good. That's pretty cool, ain't it?
That's very cool. That's very cool. It's still weird to me, but it's very cool.
How's that weird?
It's just weird to me that they're, when you got somebody
opposite sides of the spectrum.
Well, I'm not even. Yeah, but it just seems like obviously if you put them on the same tour, they both can't win. But it just seems like you'd want your whole team running good and sharing information and stuff like that. And yeah, there might be a little of it during the week, but there definitely is not at the racetrack. I mean, it's not I don't know. I mean, I know RTJ's helping Jordan a whole lot with his stuff. Mm-hmm. And
I took him under his wing.
Yes.
One for you. Dave, I got one for you, brother.
What you
got one. Bruni and Marlar. I never figured that out.
That's a weird situation going on too. And I don't think it's helping them. By no means.
I don't believe Bruning's in the Infinity yet, is he?
No, I don't think so. I think he's still in a Longhorn.
Yeah.
And I don't know that he wants to go to an Infinity, from what I heard.
I cannot. I love him to death. Don't get me wrong. I love Marlar, but I can't figure it out.
Infinity is who owns Infinity?
Wells.
The one that Brandon
out of Kentucky
driving for.
Oh, okay.
They were deep in Longhorn for many years, and all of a sudden he decided to build his own chassis.
Okay, I got you.
I don't know. I'm not no engineer, but from what I hear is a copy. Yeah, exactly.
Can't say that, but you got me over here.
I had something scratchy over here. Something scratchy.
Yeah.
But I just don't understand Marlar either. I mean, I like Marlar. Mikey is one of the nicest people and just coolest guys
ever meet ever.
But I don't. That dude has changed chassis more in the past couple years, and it's like,
ooh, I got one. I got another one more than that.
Who's that?
Well, Chris Madden's been in about every chassis there is.
Oh, he definitely has. But once he, I think the fastest.
I'm not gonna take anything away from them guys. It just puzzles me. I can't understand it.
It's all up, man. I'm gonna tell you, and you've been around them too. But I guess I've probably been around more on the, you're in the racing side of it. I've been more on the industry side of it. The people I know, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it is all. I hate to say this, and I don't want to make anybody mad, but boy, there are a lot of egos in racing.
I would never guess that.
And yeah, I know, right? And there's a lot of people that will change a lot of stuff just because they got their feelings hurt.
Well, is it that, or is it the shiny new toy? I see. That's what I can't figure out.
I think somebody just runs good with something. I mean, you think about a late model side on asphalt. 2 years ago you had to have RNS car, and then it was a Hedgecock car, and right now it's a Reynolds car. So I think it's just somebody runs good, and everybody tries to replicate it. And
I agree with you, especially on the asphalt side. But there's something about the dirt side to me, and you talk to the guys. What did we say the other week? About 90% of the field is in a Longhorn right now. I mean, there is on the national tour, how many Rockets are out there now? Oh, I mean, if you...
Is it two?
Who's the second?
Two. Turbo,
what's Turbo in?
Turbo and Brandon Shepherd.
Is Turbo in a Rocket?
Yeah.
Okay. Is he on a national tour, though? What? For
right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For right now, or is he still on the fun tour, as he calls it?
Oh, he's gonna be the fun tour. He'll probably leave here shortly. I think he's going to the fun tour. I think he's going to the fun tour.
I feel like that's where he's going to. But that's what I'm saying.
I just don't. Hell tour kicks back up.
Oh yeah. But I don't know. I think, like I said, there's a lot of egos, and a lot of people get their feelings hurt on the dirt side for some reason. They'll end up making up, and they'll go back to where they were eventually. I don't feel like there was necessarily hurt feelings, but I feel like that was a lot of the whole thing with Brandon Shepherd. I think there were some disagreements when he left Rocket originally, and I think there was a whole lot of making up and promises and a lot of other things to get him to come back.
I think here's what I wasn't told it, but here's what I thought was going to happen. Brandon done won 3 championships with the Rocket? 1 or 4? 3 or 4? I think B shit was like, man, you know what? I have kicked blood in this car all this time. Let me go out here and see what else is out there. See if it's me or the car. I think that's what he was doing.
Yeah, it could have been.
I could be wrong.
But what's the problem now?
Huh?
I said, but what's the problem now?
Oh, Dave, we done talked about this, bro. You don't have enough Rockets out there to exchange information. That's what the problem is.
Exactly.
If you had a second, if Mark Richards does what Kevin Rumley does with the 6 car, I believe Rocket would be back where it's at. But I don't think Mars wants to do that.
I think on the dirt side, and I think a lot even on the asphalt side now, shocks are the ticket.
Oh, it's always going to be a shock. Okay, why are they running Fox? I'm not taking anything away. How come the try? See, that's when your test car comes up.
I'm gonna tell you, there's a lot of people.
Zone. You can put Pinsky zone. You can put, Bilstein, whatever.
There's a lot of people just jump to Fox. Look at we know. I mean, obviously he's not running full time, and he's got a new car. Actually, we talked about it. But Chris Ferguson had been on Fox there for a while. Dale
5 years at least, right?
At least. Dale McDowell's now on Fox. Mm-hmm. And look what he's doing every time he gets out there, though.
Mm-hmm. You know who's doing Fox, don't you?
Who's that?
Oh God, the guy he's Ronnie Crooks, who's with Penske forever.
Yeah. I'm not seeing a ton of Penske's out there right now.
You know what? I think you might be right on that, dude. Because I know Turbo runs Integra.
Yep. There's a ton of them on the asphalt side. Now. There's a ton of Penske.
Has Bilstein taken over Penske?
I think Bilstein, but I think I think it's beyond Bilstein. Yes, Bilstein, but I think it's that whole whatever it's called over at, was it Longhorn Dynamics or whatever it is?
Yeah,
I think that's the whole key to it right now.
Okay. Now, if you let's go back what you were saying a little while ago with these guys with egos and Jack. Are they burning bridges? Is their ego getting away to burning bridges and not getting back? I mean, how will that go? How would that go about?
I don't know. The racing world's different because, I mean, it happens on both sides. Asphalt guys can be fighting. I mean, brawling out in the middle of the track one weekend. Another week or two, they're parked beside each other and over it. And it's kind of the same thing happened. I think as much as I like Chris Madden, I think he's one of the biggest that has ever done that. I mean, look at him and RTJ. Yeah, they may still not be friends by no means. It would never surprise me to see them back together again at some point in the career. Look at how Chris and Scott were. I mean, they were good, then they wouldn't. Then they were good.
Bad. They got good. Yeah, they were good again. Yeah.
I'm not ever going to say they burn. They might burn them, but they learn how to rebuild them too.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, that's a good point. Man, that is a very good point. Yeah, Great American Steak Company, baby. I remember that.
That's right. That's right. That was some good days of Planet Zero there.
Yeah,
it was some crazy days.
That white car, that thing looked good.
And I told Scott when he was on the show, I said, man, in my opinion, that is just the best looking car. I don't know, there was something about it. And me and him had a whole conversation on the show, and he's like, man, I've never really talked about this before and told anybody this, but that was one of his favorite things. He designed every car that they had. I did not know that. Really? He designed every detail on it. And he said, dude, I love art like that. He said, I like to see how I can make them look. He said, I like simple, but I want it to stand out.
We were parked, not really the infield, but we parked, past the pit gate to this big grassy area. And this guy came up to me and I said, man, you look familiar, bro. Where I know you from? He said, oh, I'm not sure, but you showed me this Scott Bloomquist plaque he had in his car. Came all the way down from Kentucky. I said, yeah, I remember that car, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I worked for him. I said, I swear I know you from, bro. I said, is your name David? He said, yeah. Skinny dude, kind of long. I said, man, I remember you was with Scott at March Madness about 5, 6, 7 years ago. He said,
oh, wow.
Probably was. Yeah. So he hung out with us for a little while. That was pretty cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
The people you meet, Dave, the people you meet, bro.
Oh, yeah. It's
like nothing else, man.
And I'm going to tell you, there's something
about... on another level.
There's something about, and I will put this on a dirt track any day because we don't have it at short track asphalt stuff. But, man, when you go to a dirt track race, I don't care if it's, especially one of the national tour races, but when you go to that and there's all these people there, it's almost like a fair carnival type atmosphere and everybody's having fun. I mean, it's just everybody's having a good time. They're friendly, and I wish we could figure out how to get that on the asphalt side because I don't know what the deal is right now. It's just, I don't know. It's a different atmosphere for some reason, but it's all good. But at dirt race, that's what it is, man. I was on Facebook. We were going back because Matt Tift was at Mansfield. He was taking pictures of the old track for some reason. Everything's still there. I didn't know it. I thought they had tore it all down.
I did too.
And it was still, there was some concrete knocked down that was in the track. But I was like, man, that ain't no different than the last race they had there. There was rocks flying everywhere. We were
shattered the press box.
That's why I said I was sitting there when all of a sudden the press box shattered right above us.
Shattered. Matt Chin, that's my buddy, bro.
Really?
Yeah, we came buzzing there on February.
He's a cool guy.
Gunk, shout out Gunk.
Yep. And he and then the flagman got knocked out that night by a rock.
Same night.
Yep. They had the red flag to race because Flagman got knocked out.
That was the million.
Somebody else. Yeah, that was a million.
Dirt million.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was a crazy idea, but I thought it was one of the coolest ideas ever, the way they done that.
Hey, I bought a T-shirt, koozie, and sticker just to help them out, bro.
I did too. I did the same stuff, man. I think I might have bought somebody a gallon of gas. Because you could buy anything for anybody, and it
all went straight to the race.
Yep.
Cody Sumner said he didn't. I don't think he made $1 on that race.
He probably didn't. But it was a cool idea.
Now we need to bring that back, don't we? The Dirt Million.
We do, but I don't know if Mansfield was the place for it.
Oh no. Well, besides February, because they couldn't handle the people anyway. What would you go?
I think it needs to be at one of the. Not that they're the greatest track by no means, but it could handle the people. Do it at one of the SMI tracks, like Charlotte or Las Vegas. Las Vegas would be a good one for it. Charlotte would be great for us. Yeah, for us thinking about it, that'd be great. But I'm just saying, far as what goes any better with millions of dollars other than Las Vegas? You'd have them out there betting.
Yeah, that's true too.
You'd have them out there betting on it and everything else.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay, I like that. I like that.
Or you could do it at Texas has got a track.
Yeah.
Texas has got a track that's identical to Charlotte.
How come Atlanta doesn't have one, but it's the same company?
Not really anywhere to put it. And let me tell you, have you ever been to Atlanta Motor Speedway?
About 25 years ago.
Well, let me tell you, then it was kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Hampton, yeah.
It's still in the middle of nowhere. It has not grown up any around it.
Built around it?
No. It's like interstate runs out at the track.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They all say Atlanta. It's nowhere close to Atlanta. That is a good 45 minutes to an hour from Atlanta.
40 miles away.
Yeah.
Like 40 miles. Atlanta Motor Speedway. Yeah, it's about 50 miles away, bro. What are you talking about? Speaking of which, Clarksville is closing down with all them houses they're building around them now.
I heard something about that.
Yeah, Clarksville is closing down, bro.
Yeah, stinks.
I got a question for you, Dave.
Yes, sir.
The NFL draft was this past weekend, correct?
We'll let Connor take this one.
Yeah, Connor, you get in those too. Who would you draft right now if you were to start a team?
Driver?
Late model driver, yes.
Dirt?
Give me your crew chief and driver.
Go for it.
I don't know. Dirt crew chiefs.
I'm not big on the crew chiefs right now. But let me tell you something, and I'm not saying this because he's a friend of mine by no means. But I think if you put him in the exact right situation, I still think, and I'll tell him this to his face and whatever else, but I think Chris Ferguson can get the job done still. I'm trying to think crew chief. I really don't know on crew chief. If Rumley will come be a crew chief, I want Rumley as my crew chief. That's who I want. I've always felt like, and I told Chris this, and now he's, like I said, going to another chassis. The boy got in a Longhorn first race because one of his sponsors wanted him to have it, and went out there to Cherokee and won his first race out in it. I mean, I don't know. I know that's I got the far, I think can get it done. Now, if I'm going to be realistic about just who right now is on top, I'm taking RTJ. Solely because, I'm going to say him over Bobby Pierce just because of RTJ's wanting to race and wants to race anything he can. And does race anything. He said if somebody put him in an asphalt car, he'd gladly drive an asphalt car. He don't care what it is. He just wants to race. And that's what I want. I want somebody that wants to race, wants to win. I know they all do, but only a few of them out there really show it to me. Who you going with?
Oh, are you serious, bro? I mean, is there anybody out there right now? He's only, 25 years old? Bro, come on, man.
What shirt is that? I see it says hold my beer. Oh, yeah. Bobby. Yeah. There you go. He
I didn't say the word. I didn't say the words.
he like I said, he's right there at the top of that list too, for me.
What's the guy that drove in Hey Dudes?
Tyler
Carpenter.
Tyler
Yeah,
Carpenter.
that's why I like him.
I like Tyler. Tyler's a good dude. Tyler's something else. We need to get him back on the show again.
God, please get Tyler Carpenter back on this show.
Let's do it. He was on. I had him on here the Monday after he won out at Gateway. Actually, both times.
Really?
Yeah, both times.
The first time or second? Both times.
Both. Yeah. And,
Dang, Dave.
we talked about his Hey Dudes.
Yeah.
We talked about he needed. We were trying to push for Hey Dude to sponsor him.
Did you see the turbo fire resistant Nike Dunks he had?
No, but it don't surprise me.
God. They were actually fire resistant shoes, but they were the Nikes.
That dude comes up with the funniest suits.
Awesome. Turbo was absolutely fantastic, man. He is awesome, bro.
And I will tell you what, I think, and I don't know what's changed. I don't, but I think Turbo, let's say around 2020, 2021, I think was that guy, kind of like Pierce. He was. I'm not saying he still can't get it done because I think he can. I think there's a ton of them.
Well, once again, Dave, we need another rocket out there.
I think that's the biggest thing holding him back right now. That's
what I think.
He just needs, and they do their own thing, and it's actually cool how they do it.
I think, yeah, he don't need no help, bro.
No,
really don't. It's like Frank Sinatra. You can do a Turbo's way anywhere.
Oh yeah. Oh, what else you got?
Fayetteville Saturday night. Ben Watkins won.
Go figure.
27 showed up for Clash. That's good. Good for them. Good for them.
That is a good.
Dustin Mitchell was leading Baroque on lap 16.
That is a good. That's a really good field.
Yeah.
Not surprising that being one, old Big Ben, he is. But yeah, Dustin Mitchell's pretty fast too. Pretty fast.
Ryan Unzicker won Mars at Peoria, started 14th.
Oh wow, that's a drive there.
Yes, 14th. Way to go, Unzicker. This coming races, man. This coming weekend, Dave. All right, we got 2-day shows here, Friday and Saturday. World of Outlaws, Mississippi Thunder. I talked to Ryan Dustin this past weekend. That's his favorite track in the whole country.
Really?
Mississippi Thunder. I said, man, I thought Marshalltown. Oh no, Mississippi Thunder. I love that dirt. I said, oh, okay.
All right.
The Pine Tree 100 is this weekend for 604s at Swainsboro.
Not Swainsboro.
Oh man, I cannot wait to go back into this.
That's what I say. You ain't going to it.
No, I think I might head and see our boys Saturday night. I might go see Downtown Michael Brown at Cherokee, the Hunt the Front miniseries thing.
No, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I might go see that. I haven't decided yet, but it might be if I do go to that, it'd probably be my last.
Well, go tell Downtown Michael Brown that he needs to go out there and go win. So and tell me if he'll win, we'll have him back on the show.
But he's got to win.
He's got to win. He's got to win. Okay. Oh, that'll put a fire in that fire suit. Yeah, we'll do that. You want to be back on the show? Well, buddy, you win it. You park it tonight. You park it. He's gonna be like,
Drew, I bet you watching. You heard that, Drew?
And he's gonna be like, back on what?
Oh. Friday night on the front at Livonia, 10,000 for Livonia. Well, hello. Ironman is at Attica. Spring Nationals is at Sugar Creek Speedway at Blue Ridge, Georgia. And Lucas Oil in Indy playing 10,000. A lot of the tour guys right now are at Lucas Oil headquarters in Indy washing up, get ready for this weekend.
Oh.
Yeah. I got a video call here a little while ago. Smoke hanging out with our EPJ and Rick Swally. That was pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. I'll tell you something real quick about Michael Brown.
Sure.
I put a camera in his car one night. He was running, was it Ultimates? I guess it was over at Sumter one night. And I put a camera in his car, a GoPro. And I went back and watched it. I told him, I was like, dude, I'm going to post it. But that was the most boring race I ever seen in my life. He finished second that night, and the track had rubbered up. Banjo had just checked out on him. And it was literally, you see him in the car, and he's just going, I'm like, I didn't know you knew how to drive asphalt, but you sure did it.
Well, he could have drove one-handed, huh?
Dude, he pretty much was. Actually, I did pick on him because that one race he drove, where was that he won that night? It was the Dryden series at, they renamed the track. Now. Modoc. And, and I picked him because he said, I really didn't even realize I was driving one-handed for a long time. He's like, I never realized it until I went back and looked at the video. I was like, oh, what was I doing that for?
See, that's how smooth Michael Brown can be, too, man. I'm going to tell you.
Boy, is good.
Yes, he is. We got a good crew, too, man. I love them guys. Yep. All right, Saturday on Flow Racing, of course. The Latham Memorial at Florence. This place is a gym. I don't care what they race there. At Florence in Kentucky, $25,000 to win the Ralph Latham Memorial.
That'd be good. That'd be.
See, I don't know if Cherokee Saturday. I don't know. I don't know what I don't know yet. I haven't really 100% yet.
Still Monday.
You saw what I posted this morning on Twitter. Still
Monday.
If they give me the keys to the water truck, Dave, I will definitely go. Okay. Give me the keys to the water truck, Cherokee. I'll go to Douglas. I'll go Saturday. Spring Nationals. This place is a gym too. Spring Nationals, the Dixie Speedway in Woodstock, Georgia.
Yes, it is. I like that track.
And Ironman at Fremont in Ohio. There you go.
Good deal, man.
That's this week coming.
Good deal.
I'm sorry?
I said that Dixie Speedway. That's a fast little track. That's a good track.
Badass gym.
Yeah.
A Southern gym. Yeah.
Yeah.
What you got going on this weekend, bro?
Man, we're going to be out at Florence Motor Speedway watching Connor race. He going to try to best his second place finish from last weekend out there.
Yep. So maybe do one better.
That's what I'm talking about.
Legend car?
No, Charger car.
Charger car. Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all going to take each other out? How's that going?
I'm not racing. I'm not racing.
Oh, you're not going to race? Oh,
I'm not racing.
If it came down to checker flag, let me ask you all this, man. If it came down to the checker
it's
flag,
happened. It's happened, okay? It's happened, okay? We know how this happened. It happened in legend cars.
Oh, it has?
Yeah, it did.
Who took out who?
No, we didn't take nobody. Nobody took each other out. We raced good around each other.
Oh, okay.
Connor gave me a little bump and run.
He gave you a dog. Oh,
not really in that way. He just
no, it wasn't in that way at all.
Yeah.
It's just we come through the corner because I had video of it. We come through the corner and it's just like, and there was Connor. He was gone.
So it wasn't a full elbow then?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
So you didn't really get turboed. Okay.
No, I did not get turboed. No, we that's one thing I can say. Well, there's many things I can say, but that is one thing I can say about racing with Connor, especially. You're not going to get roughed up. At least I know I'm not, pretty much. I mean,
maybe not you.
There may be a few more this year because I'm going to tell you, there's a few that has ruffled his feathers this year or end of last year anyway. Yeah. But no, we have fun racing around each other. I got him back, though. We were racing for like 6th. It wasn't for the win. We were racing for like 6th, and I beat him to the line. I think he beat me to the line, but somehow it scored me in front of him.
You're a transponder with Maddie.
Oh, his transponder misplaced. It was in the wrong place.
I don't know. I just know I was about a 10th ahead of him. That's all it said. That's all I know.
That was really close, because I actually did think I got you there, but it was so close. I had no idea. It might have changed from the time the front car got there to the time the back.
It really
it was that close.
It was that close.
Hey, you remember BMJ? Billy Moyer Jr. down there at the mag?
Oh, yeah.
He won the race, but his transponder was like, a foot in the wrong spot, and they didn't qualify me, bro.
That's crazy, ain't it?
I'll never forget that either. I wish he was still racing, man. I miss old BMJ.
I do too. I kept trying to get him on the show, and it just never worked out. I mean, to get him, every time I'd want to get him on the show, they were busy doing something, and I don't know. I think he had potential. I don't know. I think he did, man. He got to where his heart just wasn't in it no more.
I guess the new baby and everything.
Yeah. I mean, that'd do it to you for sure.
And he sold everything he had. Everything. I mean, everything.
He was going to give me a roof. I was like, where y'all racing? He was like, and they were all out Midwest. He was like, I'll bring it to you if you want to come to your track. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to make it out there. Sorry.
Oh, my God. Hey, I'll tell you something funny. So, you know Terry Cables out of Sumter, right? Mm-hmm. You know Terry?
I don't know him, but I know who he is.
Oh, you don't know? Oh,
I've talked to him a couple times, but I don't really know him like that.
Oh, Terry's awesome. I ain't talked to Terry in a while. I know his son was at Lakeview, but they were part in the infield. I didn't go to the infield, you know.
Yeah.
Supers are out there, yeah. But anyway, so one night, about 3:00 in the morning, Terry Cables was going to buy a car from Billy Moyer Jr. Billy Moyer Sr.
Yeah.
So, Terry's body shop is right there off of 401 and stuff.
Yep.
And 401. So Billy Moore about 4:00 in the morning just happened to come off the interstate because you come through oh gosh, what's the name of that doggone town up there? Oh gosh, can't think of it. Anyway, come back this way, dropped the race car off, hit 378 and got on where they go on 77 and dropped the car off.
That's cool.
They kept on going. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
It's funny the stories you hear about that because I was sitting there one night and Scott was talking about how he was down here hanging out one night down at Lakeview and I'm like, yeah, I mean I knew he raced there years ago in the old Have a Tampa series, but he come down there with Willie Milliken and all them and was helping them years ago.
Man, Sniper told me a doggone. Because, Sniper's real good buzz with Willie, man. He was telling me some Bloomquist Willie stories, man. That not for this
no,
platform.
I could tell you some Willie Milliken stories right now.
Not for this platform.
Who is not for this platform whatsoever.
No, sir.
But I'm gonna tell you what, Willie and his wife Crystal are some of the best people you'll ever meet in your life.
Love Crystal, man. I do. I love Crystal.
She is something else, and we.
Yes, sir. You think Mark White's wife will fight you?
No.
Oh, please. You mess with Crystal if you want to.
Yeah. We always have fun. That show I go to at the first every year, that Cars Racing show, they're always there and we hang out all weekend and have a lot of fun. But this time he wasn't even there the whole time. He showed up and I was like, "Where have you been?" "Dude, I had to go work." I'm like, "Well, you can't work on this weekend."
Yeah, Mason.
Yeah, exactly. Tell Mason
Price.
You got to have off.
Yes. But, get the people what they want, right?
That's right.
Get the people what they want.
That's right. Well, cool, man. You got anything else for us?
No, I believe.
I did see, just don't really, well, it does relate, but I saw Talladega and stuff down there was Hannah Newhouse's last broadcast. She is going to be full-time mom, she says. That's going to be odd not having her in some form of racing.
My stepmom now, man. That's what I told her Saturday. Yeah, my stepmom.
She's been around. Yeah. She's been at a track of some sort for a long.
Can I say that one of the best pit reporters ever?
Oh yeah, she's great.
Can I say that?
She's great. I laughed at her when she got in the car at, well, it's Ultimate now, but it was Friendship. She got in that. Whose car was it? I'm trying to remember.
Dalton Jacobs.
Dalton. That's who it was. Because I want to say one of Earl's motors were in that car at the time, and she nosed it right into the wall.
they didn't show that. I asked Doc. Matter of fact, this is funny as crap. You said that. So we were Fayetteville last year for Mideast, and I was just talking to Doc. I said, Doc, I've been going to ask you something for a long time. He said, what's that? I said, man, which car is the one that Hannah drove? Oh, you mean Rex? This one right here? What? Because he bought 2 cars. He bought the crate and the super.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, yeah, that one right there. I said, what? He's, man, I put a whole new front clip on it.
Really? I didn't know it was that bad. I knew it pushed in like to the radiator, but I didn't know it was front clip. Golly.
Oh, man. Yeah, they had to reclip it, bro.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Shout out to the Jacobs. They're awesome, too.
Yeah, for sure. Well, cool, man.
I believe, Days. I believe that's about it.
Well, good deal. Good deal.
Yep.
Well, buddy, I sure appreciate you as always, man. There you go.
I appreciate you, bud.
I'm gonna tell you what, if they don't at some point in time use what was his entrance song, that American Made or whatever it was? Hulk Hogan's
American
entrance song.
Badass, you mean?
No, Hulk Hogan's entrance song.
Oh, they played that song, I bet you, Saturday 10 times.
That's what I'm saying.
Down.
Have him on there, fake playing the guitar. That's it.
Yeah.
If they didn't, they really missed the mark.
Yeah, hell yeah. It's just like, go bring it right here, brother. No, Hulkamaniacs. Yeah.
All right, buddy. Man, I sure appreciate you as always. Glad you had fun at Dega and at the Hornet's Nest there. And
yes, sir.
We'll be talking with you next week.
All right, man. Appreciate it, Dave.
All
appreciate
right.
it, Carmen.
Everybody
Keep
go
the
up.
bud.
Yes, sir.
Good luck this weekend, man.
Appreciate it.
Are you gonna spot for him?
No, he's got a full-time spotter.
Well, you might. Pete ain't going to be there. So
Pete ain't going to be there?
No, he's got...
Well, I might be then.
Someone else.
All right. Where's my check?
You never know. You never know.
PR guy. There you go.
I'll just be like, clear.
Left. Left.
Nah, he knows I do all that. I ain't got to tell him that. Now, I have spotted for some people that I've had.
My head. Yeah.
Brake, gas, turn. Oh, it has happened. It has happened.
Your bumper clear. Oh, wait, that's another shit. I'm sorry.
I ain't gonna go there right now because I'm upset with them.
I didn't want to stir no hornet's nest. No.
They redid the show. And it's not what
I
it
used
was.
to like it. I don't know why they changed it up. It was actually good. Yeah. It took off all the people that I wanted to.
I've been begging Brett to come on here.
Brett, what's his?
Brett Griffin.
Yeah. No success yet.
I mean, I've talked to him. He's like, "Yeah, I'll do it sometime."
Yeah.
I mean, he won't nail down a date.
Yeah. I like.
Who's he spot? Who's he spot for?
He just RCR, whoever they need him for.
Really?
If he's there, I think he was spotting for. I think he spotted for Jesse Love at Rockingham. And Jesse Love won, and then ended up getting thrown out.
I heard about that, bro.
Yeah.
Something about a doggone suspension piece or something?
Truck arm wasn't in full contact with the truck arm pad on the rear end.
Does that make a difference?
They claimed it made an arrow difference, and I'm like,
I thought it was more of like a rear steer difference.
That's what I was thinking too. I'm like, the rear end can move a little bit, but I don't really see the arrow.
What they used to do. They got pretty bad, leaving them real loose.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not going to see how mine looked this past week. We were trying to make that thing turn.
Well, at least RG didn't hit you, man. He didn't mess it up. That's
right.
Thing.
That's right. I kept my shot mounts on it.
All right. Good deal.
He only put Connor in the wall one time last year.
Yeah.
Oh, just once?
Just once.
Just once. All right, buddy. We appreciate you as always, buddy.
I appreciate you, Dave. Y'all have a good week, man.
You do the same, man. Have a good one.
Appreciate it, bud.
All right,
Later,
everybody. Y'all. Later. All right, everybody. That is the Dirt with Racin Jason right there. Each week here on Chicken Bone Alley. Y'all go check him out also on Twitter. You can find him on there. He is always on Twitter. Catch Ripping the Lip on Twitter on Tuesday nights. They have I don't know what you call it. I don't get on Twitter enough, or X or Twix or whatever you want to call it. I forgot what they're called. It's like they have like the discussion thing going on, and everybody can kind of chime in. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. They got a lot of all the hot topics in dirt racing going on. And they talk about some asphalt every once in a while on there too. So go check them out on there. Real quick, want to thank our good friends over at Dixie Made right here in Florence, South Carolina. Dixie Made, they are your shop for all the cool things that all the cool kids want. Head over to Dixie Made right here in Florence, South Carolina, right by the flea market. Get covered from head to toe in all the latest, best fashions that you will ever want. And remember, always at Dixie Made, the price you see on the tag is the price you pay at the register. So as all taxes included, all that fun stuff. So head over to Dixie Made. Go tell them we sent you up there. Also, MPM Marketing, www.marketwithmpm.com. This game of racing, if you want to advance in it, you got to have a team behind you that knows how to work the marketing world. And there's none better out there than Tanya with MPM Marketing. Tell her we sent you over there to her. Also, Fresh Chef right in the heart of Race City, USA, as they like to call it, in that whole area of North Carolina. Y'all head up there, find a Fresh Chef, daily food and drink specials, and all the good food you can ever have. Go check them out. All right, so now we're talking about some NASCAR action. We didn't really talk about the comeback of Rockingham too much because we was off last week for Easter. So hope everybody had a great Easter. What'd you think about the Rockingham comeback?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good racing and stuff. And I think, I'd like to see Cup there, but I don't think they'd race good there if I was being honest.
Not right now.
They're too aero dependent. I think the Xfinity Series is probably, really good for that.
And I think a couple more years on that asphalt, it'll make it better. Yeah. Even.
But I enjoyed
trucks actually were pretty good.
Yeah, trucks were good. Xfinity was
horrible.
ARCA. You don't want to hear my opinion on ARCA as a whole, but
one thing, real quick, I want to get into ARCA really fast. The one thing that I want to say is ARCA needs to better differentiate ARCA National Tour, ARCA East, and ARCA West.
Right.
For the purpose of, I didn't even realize it wasn't. I thought it was ARCA National to begin with. When they announced it, I thought it was ARCA National. Week before, I realized it was ARCA East. But there were so many people, and I heard people saying, hey, I went because I thought Butterbean was going to be there. So many people from this area that became fans, and that they said that was the sole reason they went.
Right.
And it's like, nah, it's an ARCA East race. Yeah. It's like, man, y'all have got to do some better branding of each series out there because it's confusing to people,
especially around here. I mean, if it's way out on the West Coast, it's probably what it is. But
right,
ARCA National runs some short tracks.
Yep.
So
So anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But I thought Xfinity race was a little rough, but of course those few miles races, everybody starts running out of gas. It just goes. And go to crap at the end. But I thought it was pretty cool and good crowd and everything. And it was
loud crowd.
Yeah, the first race at Rockingham I've ever seen, really, that I can remember at least. So I thought I enjoyed watching it.
Yeah, that was I loved. We used to go every year. We went to a lot of time both races of the year, and it was always I'm not going to say that Rockingham was.
It's kind of a tire saving race, wasn't it?
Yes. The track just chewed up tires.
Yeah.
It chewed up tires. But what was always cool about the race was they raced from the top to the bottom of that track. There were some guys that they would start out running the bottom, especially in 1 and 2, and then they'd move up. And coolest thing was it was kind of like Darlington in a way. Darlington's more in the corner where they get their good old Darlington stripe. Rockingham, it was coming off two. That all of a sudden that wall jumped out at you. And it was the guys that could stay off that but yet run really close to it who were fast. It was never side-by-side racing all day. It was never that. The people would say, oh, racing was great at Rockingham. Well, if you're looking for side-by-side racing, I'm not going to say that was the greatest racing ever, but it was a very technical track that
just a cool track, mile track that's that fast,
And I saw Matt Kenseth lock his championship in there without getting a win. I was there the day that happened. So, but that was. I still like Rockingham. Rockingham's biggest problem is there's nothing around it.
Right?
And there's 2 roads into it, and that is it. It is so hard to get in and out of.
Really?
It was back then. That was when they had so many stands. Now it's pretty much just front stretch and a little bit in turn 1.
Right.
Back then it was front stretch, 1 and 2, and back stretch, and it was full.
Right.
So probably not as bad now with.
And maybe there's some of the roads are a little bit bigger. And
yeah, they are. They did 4-lane one of them out in front of it, so it would probably be a whole lot better.
Right.
A whole lot better. So regardless, I want to see racing there just because this area. And personally, I think what they had there is perfect.
Yeah, on Easter, that way you race Easter weekend, but you don't race on Easter.
Right. And trucks, ARCA, and Xfinity, you get your money's worth out of a ticket. Go there on Saturday, see 2 races. Hopefully you can make it there Friday.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool to put some lights up at it.
Yeah.
Personally. But that's going to take a big investment.
Yeah. But if not, it's still.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I just don't want them to run in on something especially if they're going to run on Easter weekend. I don't want them to run into a rain situation.
Yeah, have to run on Sunday.
Yeah, and something get crazy.
Right.
Because they already got 2 races on Saturday. So, I mean, they might can fit it. It'd be one they start at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Lights would be cool, but just figure something out.
Yeah.
But anyway. So, I guess we got Talladega to talk about. There's a couple more things went on. Rodney Childers out as crew chief of the 7 car. I would say mid-season. It's not even mid-season. No. We made it 9 races into it, and he's out. I have my thoughts about it. I don't think it was a performance thing.
No, I think they sounded to me like somebody didn't get along or something along those lines.
Well, let me tell you, and this is what I think, and I could be completely wrong. I'm just speculating. Rodney said when he went in there that he wanted another deal like he had basically with Kevin Harvick when they went into Stewart-Haas and they built the team, from nothing, essentially. And, Gene Haas and Tony Stewart gave him a open checkbook
to do.
It was like, here, go do whatever you got to do to win. It sounds like to me Spire's not exactly open to giving him an open checkbook to do what he's got to do to win. And I guess if you were sold on that idea and now you're not getting it, I could see why too.
True.
It just seems awful odd this early in the season. So, I don't know.
Yeah, that was interesting to see.
Yeah, for sure. Also, the format for the All-Star race came out.
I looked at it and then I looked away. I didn't even study it.
I didn't really study it.
Pretty stupid.
It was a little gimmicky. But I did hear something about the All-Star race today. I was listening to Denny Hamlin's podcast. And I will say, I'm not a Denny Hamlin fan.
Yeah.
I think everybody prefaces it talking about Denny Hamlin the same way. I'm not a Denny Hamlin fan. But his podcast is probably the most informative podcast you'll ever get about NASCAR racing.
Sometimes, yeah. I do like that one. Especially after DBC kind of fell off.
Yeah.
I started listening to that one a little bit more.
I'm not a fan of listening to Tommy Baldwin. I think Tommy Baldwin's great, but I'm just not a fan of listening to him.
Nah, I mean...
he's a great crew chief, whatever else.
I mean, my 2 favorites were...
TJ.
Yeah, TJ and Brett.
Yeah. That's who started the show.
Yeah.
I mean...
Because they would say... I remember the race after Martinsville where they had all the shenanigans. It was just funny. because they would kind of
their banter back and forth made the show.
And they wouldn't, they could call out when they thought, something wasn't right or something was lying.
And Freddie
funny.
doesn't. I like Freddie.
Yeah,
I've talked to Freddie a few times, and he's a nice guy, but he just don't do that.
But anyway,
Tommy will call whoever out now, but Tommy likes to call everybody out. So
I really have not listened to it since they switched it up.
I didn't.
I don't
know. It ain't my thing no more.
Yeah.
And that used to be one of the podcasts I listened to every week.
I did too, actually.
But in saying that, Denny Hamlin's podcast now, Actions Detrimental, is probably that is my one podcast. Well, I got two. The Teardown with Jeff Glucken, Jordan Bianchi. It's pretty informative.
Yeah. Not a big fan of Jordan, but
I'm not either. But I listen for the information in it more than anything. It's like, all right, I'm tired of hearing you talk about it, but anyway, Denny Hamlin's perspective on a lot of things. But this is something he brought out in his podcast today. The All-Star race, NASCAR actually put out there to all the teams and asked them if they would like to do it.
Oh, yeah, I did hear about that. I know
was, how would y'all like a run what you brung race? And basically, you take the parts that you got, you can modify them, but there's got to be the parts that we got. And I think to some extent that could have been a good idea because it could have, whatever they had worked. Whatever this car had worked, or these 4 cars had, that worked. Maybe we need to look into going that route with this car. But all the team owners shot it down, said this race only pays $1 million. It would cost us $2 to $3 million
develop all that
to develop all the stuff.
Which makes sense.
It does.
Well, I mean, it's been $1 million forever, and that's not, $1 million isn't what it.
Yeah, $1 million 30 years and 30-some years now. And no, it's not. It's not at all what it was when it comes to NASCAR. I mean, in general, it's not, but when it comes to NASCAR, especially. So they shot that down. I wish they'd try something with rules, like maybe I saw, ride heights. Let's jack the back of these cars up, get them.
Just mess around with it some, because I saw where instead of doing any of that, they just tried to, gimmick it up.
That's all they do. And I feel like NASCAR's throwing this car stuff on Goodyear when it's not Goodyear's fault. Goodyear gave you what you asked for.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got a tire so wide.
Yeah, it don't matter.
It's hard to hit on a compound that's got to be perfect, for. And the tire is definitely a big part of how a car races, but it's not all of it.
That's my thing, and I'm like, look, okay, why don't y'all for one weekend, if it's the All-Star race, let's go in there instead of having this. How wide is that tire now? It's like 12 inches wide. I think it is
pretty wide.
Let's cut 2 inches off a tire. I take 4 inches of tread width off each end of the car. Let's try it, or even if you do like the rain tire and cut the grooves in it to take that much rubber off the tire, even just something. Just try it, man. Dang, I don't know. So anyway, I think that's about all the major news. Anything else? I did hear Homestead will be the 2026 finale, but after that, it will be rotating.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That's good.
That is
as long as they don't put Daytona, Talladega there, I'll be fine.
I hope that don't.
I don't feel like it's out of the question either.
I'm gonna tell you. I mean, as much as I'd love it, and I'd be right there at it. Darlington be a tough one to have as a finale too.
Yeah. But at least that's a.
But I'd be. Yeah, it's a
actual race.
Yeah, for sure. That is a driver and setup track.
And I still think, I've heard people say this, but I did think about this on my own accord, but having like a 3-round, a 3-race round, go to a short track, 1.5 miles, and then go to, maybe a 2-mile track or
that's right.
Even a road course if you wanted to throw one of those in. I think that would be pretty cool.
I do too. But, I'm tired of this one and done stuff.
And it'll give you more time to hype up who's running for the championship. You only get 1 week to, have your championship for, but whatever.
Exactly right. All right, so Talladega, Austin Hill wins the Xfinity race. Not really a surprise there. Did you get to see any of that? I did not because I was at the track.
Yeah, we went to the track before it started.
But not a big surprise there. Okay, Cup race. Austin Cindric wins a race that, we typically look at Talladega here lately anyway. Having a few cautions, having a big one. They did have 2 wrecks. I guess the big one this time would be entering the pits.
Yeah.
A few cars spun and kind of bounced off each other. Then Christopher Bell had a big hit off Denny Hamlin's bumper, and to me, it didn't look like Denny Hamlin was doing a single thing wrong, really. To me, I mean, it just looked like the bumpers just didn't line up. Well, they said that the Toyota nose has a little more of a point to it, so it's not. It's kind of like the Camaro problem they had a few years back. But anyway, that was a hard hit. Glad to see he got out of that car all right, because he hit right where the wall was kind of coming out, where it goes for the safety vehicles, where that wall kind of flares out. He hit right in the corner of it.
Boy.
So hit on. So that was a tough hit, but Safer Barrier definitely did its job. Austin Cindric goes on to win. I've heard it.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. I've heard a few different things. If he didn't get the 50-point penalty back at Coda, he would have been in 11th place now. As it stood, he was in like 22nd, I want to say it was, going into this race. Now he's got to win. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it yet.
Yeah, I don't like it at all. And I was going to say, Talladega's got 2 problems, really. One, for whatever reason, they're having to ride around and save fuel for 90% of the race. And when they do try to go, nobody can go anywhere.
They can't.
I mean, I was about to pull my hair out watching the end of the race because there was just 2 trains. You know, nobody made a move or anything. But I would, thinking back at it, I would assume they felt like they couldn't.
Well, that's what
you pull out, it would just drop a parachute and you just go to the back is all you do.
That's what Kyle Larson said. They asked him about it, pushing the forward out. He's like, look, the only option I had, he said, I couldn't pull out. He said, if you don't have the entire line of cars going with you, you're not going anywhere. He said, the only option I had was to try to push Cindric far enough out and him switch lanes, and then the rest of the lane come up behind me.
Yeah.
That was the only option I had. And when that's your only option, boy, you ain't got many options.
And I don't like super speedway racing anyway, but I feel like at one time you could kind of make some moves and get to the front. I mean,
well,
at the end of the race, it was
third line. Used to.
It was literally just 2 lines.
Yeah.
I mean, that wouldn't ever happen. I feel like 5 years ago, people would pull out and try to go to the front because they could. I mean, you could pull out and get a good run, and if you drafted good, and you could make it up to the front. But
NASCAR is so stuck on this car.
Yeah.
They don't want to get rid of it. David, what's up, man? They will not get rid of it. I mean, they're sticking to their guns on it, and I'm like, man, at what point do you just this ain't working?
All right, Gen 8 car, get that developed.
Please hurry up. And the thing is about it, I feel like with the way they made the center section of this car,
you can just redesign a front or back clip. Yeah.
Exactly. It's a bolt-on front and rear clip. Just redesign that. Redesign some body stuff. And yes, it's going to take some development money, but
maybe start aiming for start of next year. See if you can get.
That's what I'm saying.
Something in the line.
Something going. I mean, they're not trying anything with the car.
I mean, it started out pretty good, but that's
when nobody has a notebook on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even like in F1, whenever they had their new car 2 years ago, the Haas car finished like 5th the first race out, and then, but by halfway through the first season, it looked back the way it always did.
Exactly.
But once as the farther along it goes, it's really shown to be kind of really flawed.
And I think it's going to get worse and worse. The more notes they get on it, the worse it's going to be.
The one thing I had going for it has now gone the complete opposite way. It was less aero dependent than the car before, but now it's like it's just as bad.
Yep. Real quick here, let's want to invite all of you out there to go visit our good buddy Skylar Whitfield. Go check him out if you're in the going at towards the beach. If some of these people on spring breaking or just time to head to the beach, or if you live down that way, if you're down in the Merle's Inlet area, that's tonight, right? Yep. Skylar is playing at Wahoo's down in Merle's Inlet. Tomorrow night, the 29th, Brunswick Plantation in Calabash, North Carolina. And on May the 2nd, Marina Bar there in North Myrtle Beach. Go check out our good buddy Skylar Whitfield, www.skylarwhitfield.live. Y'all go check him out. Go check out his music. Check out all his upcoming dates. He's got tons of them. So y'all go check out our good friend Skylar Whitfield, and you will not be disappointed. I promise you. I do know during the race, real quick, Joey Logano got mad at Austin Cindric, and Austin said he had to move, so he didn't take Joey Logano
he was
out.
kind of jacked up, anyway.
Yeah. We all need to come up to Franklin County, Virginia's Action Track. What's up, Terry? What's going on, buddy? That's where the best racing happens. I hear you there. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know what's I don't know. So what race is up next? Cook.
Yeah, they go to Texas.
Yeah. Texas. Not looking forward to that. That track is horrible anymore.
Oh yeah. It's just wide open pretty much. And then if they try to go on the inside, they'll spin out.
Yeah, that's bad. It's bad.
Whatever.
I don't know. I just know there's good racing at your local short tracks.
That's right.
Go support your local short tracks. I don't care if it's asphalt, dirt, whatever. Go check them out. You'll have a lot of fun. I don't care if it's a go-kart track. You'll have fun at a go-kart track. Connor's been over to one of them lately. So, did you have fun at a go-kart track when you went?
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
I did enjoy it.
That's good. Terry, when y'all racing up at Franklin County there, get everybody to the race tracks. They I'm gonna tell you, and it was kind of I don't know what the deal is. Man, we gotta get people in stands. We gotta get butts in seats. This past weekend at Dillon, there were way more people in the pits than there was in stands.
Been that way for
it has. Florence, kind of back and forth, but during the typical season races, it's kind of been
it's been slowly
not as much, but
slowly fading.
Check it. Fortunate thing is with certain tracks they have broadcasting stuff. Florence, you can check out Ultra Broadcasting.
I don't know that some of that's hurt it. I mean, it's great.
I
get to watch racing all the time. How else would I get to watch? Cars Tour, or if I wanted to watch Hickory or wherever, but. I don't know that doesn't hurt it sometimes too. People, just stay home and watch it.
It becomes convenient,
right? Yeah,
and that is right. I saw that, David. We're gonna have to get some people on here to talk about that. Something's got a $10,000 to win street stock race in September. I saw the flyer come out. I'm glad you mentioned that, dude. We're gonna have to get some people on here to talk about that because that's gonna be a big race there in Sumter. And I think that's how you get butts and seats is all of a sudden have cool races like that.
Anderson does pretty good. I've been watching them. They seem to have some good crowds. I don't know what needs to be done to get more people.
I think you just got to bring excitement to the track somehow. And don't get me wrong. Yes, I think racing is exciting personally, but not everybody looks at it the same way. The eye we look at it with, they won't. I know, like Anderson, I think it's this weekend. They got the Night of Destruction where they have the trailer races.
Yeah, they had drift cars out there, which isn't my favorite thing, but I mean it's cool to some people,
It is. It's not my favorite thing to go in after because boy, the last time we did that, I'd go change tire and a piece of metal go through your hand from wires, from tires, and all that stuff. But hey, if that's your thing, go for it. I know Dillon's got a car show over at their track. Their track this weekend. Whatever. That's cool. Let's see. David Pack says the past weekend I heard the stands were full. We didn't race, but my dad had. Oh, I hate to hear that, man. Had another stroke. I'm praying for him, man. That's hope everything comes out all right there. Dude, I'm gonna tell you, Sumter has we've talked about it on here the last couple of weeks. They've upped their game over there. They put in new stand. Well, they started was last year, I think. Put in new lights, maybe year 4. I know they've done some work with the dirt on track, and this year they've put in new stands, and I mean they're nice. So Sumter Speedway's coming a long way. I'd love to see a big. I don't think it's ready for a national tour yet, but a big tour, big race stuff. I think it's Carolina Clash, Ultimates, all that stuff, which already go there anyway. That is a good track for those series now, for sure. No way. Oh, but anyway, what else you got there, Connor?
I think that'll about do it.
I think it is. We've been on here a long time.
Yeah, it has been a while, but it was
we had a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Well, good, man. Well, man, I sure appreciate you coming back out here tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
I enjoyed it.
It's always fun having you.
Do it more here for too long.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. School comes first. Get all that out of the way. How's, I imagine, I know, but all the grades?
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Top
so
as
far.
they can go?
Yeah. Maybe not as top as they can go, but they're good. They're pretty good.
Oh, that's good. Good deal. All right, everybody. Well, we sure appreciate all y'all out there hanging out with us tonight. Appreciate Jared Fryar coming on here talking about his win at Orange County and Cars Tour race there, and the Folsom Fence Supply. Was it like 250? I think it was, or whatever. And also Racin Jason as always with the dirt. Real quick, I want to read this. Thank you there, brother. Chad said it was a great show. I appreciate it as always. Appreciate you as always. I don't know if you heard it earlier, but man, couldn't do it without you.
That's right.
That is for sure.
100%.
Neither one of us over here anymore. we depend on some Chad. Let's see. Me, new light stands, announcers tower. All turn 1, 2, still a little rough, but definitely improved. Yeah, for sure. Everything is improving over at Sumter, and glad to see. Everybody wonders when you pay to get in tracks where the money's going, and I know it takes a lot of money to run a racetrack week to week, but it's always good to see it when you see improvements at the track. So it's what everybody looks for. But anyway, like I said, everybody, appreciate all of y'all hanging out with us tonight. Appreciate everybody coming on here and spending time with us. But I guess we will see y'all next week. Have a good one.
Later.